Israeli airstrikes kill nearly 500 people in Lebanon.
Zelensky says Ukraine closer to end of war with Russia.
Vietnamese leader meets with members of Vietnam Innovation Network in U.S.
You are watching today's news on NTV. My name is Nguyễn Thị and I will be your guide through the day's latest update. The Israeli military said it was conducting extensive strike on thousands of Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. Meanwhile, the Lebanese Health Ministry reported that these airstrikes have killed nearly 500 people and injured 1,600 others, marking the deadliest attack in Lebanon in decades.
Israel stated that its air force struck around 1,600 Hezbollah targets, including launch pads, command centers and infrastructure in southern, eastern and northern Lebanon, with over 1,300 of these targets have been hit. The Netanyahu administration labeled these airstrikes as the beginning of an active offensive campaign against Iran-backed forces. The strikes have forced tens of thousands of Lebanese to flee in panic. In retaliation, Hezbollah claimed it fired dozens of missiles at a military base in northern Israel. The skirmishes have raised fears that the United States, Israel's close ally, and Iran's Hezbollah ally will be caught up in a bigger conflict.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says his country is getting closer to the end of war with Russia after more than 2 years of fierce fighting.
Strictly adhere to the
In an
UN
interview with
Charter
ABC News, Zelensky urged Washington and other partners to continue supporting Ukraine, asserting that only in a strong position could Ukraine push Russian President Putin to end hostilities. So far, no details of Ukraine's plan to end the conflict have been disclosed. Zelensky intends to present incumbent U.S. President Joe Biden and two U.S. presidential candidates, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, Kyiv's victory plan to end the conflict with Russia. The Ukrainian president confirmed that the full plan will be unveiled in early November, coinciding with the U.S. presidential election.
As part of the trip for the 79th UN General Assembly's High-Level Week in New York, Party General Secretary and State President Tô Lâm met with members of the Vietnamese Innovation Network and Vietnamese experts in the U.S.
The Vietnamese Innovation Network, part of the National Innovation Center established by the Ministry of Planning and Investment, aims to connect leading Vietnamese science and technology experts worldwide with practical domestic needs to effectively harness brainpower for the country's socio-economic development. At the meeting, the General Secretary and President suggested that the network continue to promote its connection role, expand the participation of new members, and strengthen the cooperation among Vietnamese and international experts and intellectuals for the homeland's long-term benefits, helping Vietnam get closer to the goal of development based on science, technology, and innovation.
Coming up are some updated news.
In 2023, the retail e-commerce market reached $20.5 billion, accounting for 8% of total retail goods and consumer service revenue nationwide. Tax revenue from e-commerce also increased sharply, exceeding 78 trillion Vietnamese dongs in the first 7 months of the year. It is forecasted that for the first time, e-commerce tax revenue will surpass 100 trillion Vietnamese dongs this year. This surge comes not only from domestic businesses but also from international platforms like Google, Facebook and Amazon.
This morning, the Provincial Standing Committee held a conference to thoroughly grasp and implement Resolution Number 16 on the construction and development of Vin City until 2030, with vision to 2045. The conference outlined 5 viewpoints and objectives associated with 9 groups of tasks and solutions to achieve the goals by 2030 to turn Vin into a civilized, modern coastal city with rapid, sustainable economic development, becoming a hub for the North Central region across various sectors, gradually building modern infrastructure, improving citizens' livelihoods, ensuring robust national defense and security, and maintaining a clean, strong political organization. In the vision to 2045, Vin City to be a fast-growing, sustainable, civilized, modern smart city, one of the key development and polar growth dynamics of the North Central region.
The Dutch publisher Elsevier has recently released the 2024 ranking of the most influential scientists globally, with Vietnam having 9 scientists in the top 10,000 and 60 in the top 100,000 most cited researchers globally. This list is categorized into 22 scientific fields and 176 specific areas, based on important criteria, like scientific impact indices and the total number of citations. The 2024 ranking in the top 100,000 includes 60 Vietnamese scientists, 13 more than last year, including many young researchers.
Creating content on social media has become a familiar job for young people in recent years. But what makes this profession so attracting to the youth and keep it consistently trending? More in the following stories.
Content creation has painted a colorful picture of the current labor market. It's no longer just a hobby or personal activity. Many young people have chosen social media platforms as their work environment for creativity. Many startups have been established, attracting those passionate about content creation as a real profession.
We specialize in designing cafes, villas, and house. On a business trip to a city, we thought about why we shouldn't showcase the cuisine of Nghệ An to everyone. So, we decided to create a channel dedicated to reviewing Nghệ An's cuisine and promoting its cultural tourism.
In addition to the benefits of income and flexible time, social media content creator also pose certain challenges that young people need to be determined to face in order to continue pursuing it.
The most critical and challenging part is finding ideas. When choosing content, you have to consider what fits with culture, laws and public trends.
The age of technological and media explosion has created different jobs, benefiting both labors and society. Content creation has been and will continue to be an attractive option for young people to earn income while pursuing their passions. However, content creators also need to carefully in choosing themes to produce products that bring positive value to the community.
The last news has ended our bulletin today. Thank you for watching and see you next time.